The Masters were this weekend, and if you were too busy watching 500 laps around Bristol on Sunday, that's okay. We love it. But you probably still saw Rory McIlroy earn his first Masters win. And if I were to put this into NASCAR terms, look, Rory's one of the all-time greats. He's won all of the major tournaments, and this one was just a long time coming, or at least he'd hoped. It's a lot like if Denny Hamlin, four-time Daytona 500 champion Denny Hamlin, who has multiple crown jewel wins, finally got the Cup Series championship. That's how I'd compare it. Although, honestly, on paper, if you look at it, their careers are very similar from the time that they went pro or started full time in the Cup Series to their success and consistency. Although I will say, Rory's win on Sunday sounded a lot different than Denny's wins on Sundays. But it does beg the question, if this was Rory's year, is it Denny's year? Howdy, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to NASCAR Daily. It's your girl, JPunch, and it's Social Speedway Tuesday, breaking down everything coming out of the weekend at Bristol. Look, the Masters, the green jackets, they're nice, they're beautiful, but we do things differently over here at NASCAR. Kyle Larson walked away from his win on Sunday with another gladiator sword. And I say another because he got two this weekend, one for Xfinity and one for his win in the Cup Series on Sunday. Back-to-back wins at Bristol and second win of the season for Larson. An emotional victory, too, for Team Hendrick, honoring their friend John Edwards. And we heard the emotion in Cliff Daniels' voice in his interview yesterday here on the Daily with Shannon Spake. We just could really tell how much this win meant to the entire Hendrick organization overall. So, congratulations to Larson and congratulations to Hendrick Motorsports. Look, anytime I go to Bristol, though, I am always impressed watching the driving there. Obviously on the racetrack, but more so the haulers. Are you kidding me? These things are parked like a couple feet away inside of this tiny little half-mile coliseum. Which brings me to my comment of the week. Because I thought the same dang thing. Doesn't matter how many times I've seen them in person or seen the photo from overhead. I thought they were CDs too. That just shows how close together they're parked. And I will say, if those hauler drivers can park those big trucks like that, then you can park your car better at the grocery store. The Cup Series has the weekend off, but don't worry, we've got some midweek racing for y'all this week. Wednesday night modified action. After having to reschedule this race two times,
Twice? Two times.
the Modifieds are finally racing their first of three races this season up at Thompson Speedway. And it feels like it's been ages. It has been ages since the Modifieds kicked off their season with race number one back in February at New Smyrna Speedway. I mean, since then, we saw Luke Baldwin start in the Truck Series, what could be a pretty illustrious Truck Series career, if you ask me. And Justin Bonsignor, him and his wife, they had a baby in the McDonald's parking lot. The guys have been busy off the track since we've seen them racing last. But speaking of Justin Bonsignor, keep an eye on him this weekend. Of course, he's always one to watch at Thompson, but especially this weekend's race. He's looking for win number 15 at the racetrack, which would tie him with one of the all-time greats, Mike Stefanik, for all-time wins at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park. Mike Stefanik, seven-time modified champion Mike Stefanik, four-time modified champion Justin Bonsignor. Look, if you're not paying attention to the mods, I really highly recommend tuning in. It's a fun time to be a modified fan, and you can catch the race tomorrow night, Wednesday, on Flow Racing. And if Wednesday night modified action isn't enough for you, Bowman Gray, remember Bowman Gray? Yeah, the Madhouse. Their weekly series season starts this Saturday night under the lights. So there's a little more regional action for you. And if that's not enough, hello, we're racing at the Rock. ARCA, Trucks, and Xfinity are all back at Rockingham this weekend. And Kyle Petty is back here on the Daily tomorrow to tell a couple stories about this historic racetrack and get y'all ready for the weekend at the Rock. So be sure to come back and watch tomorrow's episode. And if you're going to watch it here on NASCAR's YouTube page, make sure you're subscribed. You can also listen to us, though, as a podcast on all podcast platforms, or you can watch us on the NASCAR channel on Tubi. Lots of options for you. No excuse to miss the Daily. But that's all I got for y'all on this Tuesday. I'll see you next week. Have a great Tuesday. Bye.